Welcome back to Coin Explorer. Today we're diving into the world of something small, almost invisible in our daily lives, but bursting with mystery, history, and yes, potentially surprising value. Meet the 2000 United States 1-cent coin, the Lincoln penny. Now, I know what you're thinking. A penny? Really? What could be exciting about a coin that most of us don't even bother picking up off the street anymore? But what if I told you that this very coin, this humble, copper-colored token, has become the centerpiece of wild collector hunts, unexpected value discoveries, and astonishing auction results? Let me take you on a journey into a story so rich, so detailed, and so unexpected. It just might change the way you look at your pocket change forever. A penny from the year 2000. What's the big deal? Let's start with the basics. The 2000 Lincoln penny is part of a long-running series first minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. On the obverse, that's the front, we see a right-facing profile of the 16th president himself, designed by Victor David Brenner. Around his head are the words, "In God we trust, liberty," and the minting year, 2000. The reverse, the back, features the Lincoln Memorial, as it did from 1959 to 2008. Above it, United States of America, and the Latin motto, E pluribus unum, which means out of many, one. Below, 1 cent. The coin is made from copper-plated zinc. That's right, although it appears copper, only 2.5% of the coin's weight is actually copper. The remaining 97.5% is zinc, forming the core. Each penny from this year weighs 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. Simple enough, right? But here's where it gets interesting. The year 2000, a symbolic turn of the century. Why does this specific penny matter? Why 2000? Because the year 2000 wasn't just any year. It was the beginning of a new millennium, a moment filled with hope, uncertainty, and massive technological change. Y2K fears had gripped the globe. The internet was becoming a permanent fixture in our lives. America was on the brink of a contentious presidential election that would be decided by a few hundred votes. It was a time of transition, and the coins from that moment became tiny, metallic time capsules of everything we were going through. In the coin world, major milestones, like the turn of a century, are big deals. They bring special attention to regular mintage. And that's exactly what happened with the 2000 penny. So, what makes a 2000 penny special? Here's the twist. Not all 2000 pennies are created equal. Most are common, mass-produced, circulated widely. But among the billions, yes billions, minted, a few have surfaced with unusual features. We're talking about double dies, where parts of the design appear slightly doubled due to minting anomalies, off-center strikes, where the design isn't perfectly aligned, die cracks, tiny raised lines on the coin caused by breaks in the die, wide AM varieties, a small but famous anomaly where the A and M in AMERICA on the reverse are spaced farther apart than usual. These details, invisible to most, can mean a world of difference to collectors. Let's take the wide AM, for example. While intended for proof coins, which are made with special care for collectors, a few of these proof dies accidentally ended up in machines making regular circulation coins. That's like accidentally using royal china at a fast food joint. And in the world of numismatics, that's big. One such 2000 penny with the wide AM variety, when found in pristine condition, was once estimated at over $5,000 by collectors. Let me say that again. A coin worth 1 cent, found to be worth thousands. Not by chance, not by lottery, but by careful attention to detail, knowledge, and a little bit of luck. But that's not all. The beauty of coins lies in their imperfections. A flawless, mass-produced penny might be worth just a cent. But a flawed, unique one? That's treasure. Over the years, coin grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, have certified dozens of 2000 Lincoln pennies with anomalies. And depending on the error and condition, some of these coins have fetched thousands, yes, thousands, at public auctions. For example, one rare error, a 2000 Lincoln penny struck on a foreign planchet, meaning it was accidentally minted on a blank intended for a coin from another country, once sold for over $10,000. Another, showing a dramatic off-center strike and graded MS-67, was valued in the high four figures. That's a car, or even a semester of college, from a single coin. But here's the key. These coins weren't flashy. They weren't marketed as special. They weren't sold as collectibles. They were quietly released into circulation, spending years, or even decades, sitting in drawers, jars, and coat pockets before being discovered. One collector's life-changing discovery. Let's talk about a true story that shook the numismatic world. In 2021, a retiree in Ohio decided to finally go through his childhood coin collection, something he had barely touched since the late 90s. As he sifted through rows of ordinary pennies, nickels, and dimes, he stumbled upon a 2000 penny that felt off. The design was slightly misaligned. Curious, he took a magnifying glass and noticed that the AM in AMERICA was clearly wider than normal. He had read about the wide AM error, but never thought he'd own one. He sent it for grading. It came back, MS68RD, nearly flawless. One of the finest examples of the wide AM 2000 penny ever documented. Within months, it sold at auction for over $8,500. He later told reporters, "It felt like finding treasure in my own attic. Could you have one?" That's the golden question, isn't it? Could you, yes, you watching this right now, have one of these rare 2000 Lincoln pennies sitting unnoticed in your change jar? The answer? Maybe. That's what makes this story so thrilling. These aren't coins that were hidden in vaults or passed down through royal families. These were circulated, used, forgotten. If you live in the United States, there's a decent chance you've handled one, maybe even today. So here's what you need to do. 1. Start checking your pennies. Look specifically at the 2000 coins. 2. Examine the reverse closely. Is the AM in AMERICA wide or touching? 3. Check for die cracks or off-center strikes. 4. Use a magnifying glass or a coin microscope. 5. If you find something unusual, don't clean it. Contact a coin grading service or a reputable local coin dealer. The emotional and historical value. Beyond potential financial gain, there's something deeply emotional about coin collecting. Each coin is a story, a moment frozen in metal. The 2000 penny is no exception. It reminds us of Y2K, of the last days before smartphones ruled the world, of family road trips when gas was under $2 a gallon. It's a time capsule from the early 21st century, one that fits in the palm of your hand. And for collectors, that emotional connection is priceless. So what's the takeaway? Here's the bottom line. The 2000 Lincoln penny is mostly common, but not always. Rare variants exist and have sold for thousands, depending on error and condition. These coins are out there, possibly in your own home. With a bit of knowledge, patience, and curiosity, you could discover something truly special. And most importantly, this isn't just about money. It's about the thrill of the hunt, the joy of discovery, and the stories hidden in everyday objects. So next time you see a penny, don't just walk past it. Pick it up, examine it, question it. It might just be the beginning of an incredible journey. Thanks for watching, Coin Explorers. If stories like this fascinate you, hit that subscribe button, smash that like, and don't forget to share this video with fellow treasure hunters. Who knows? You might be helping someone uncover a coin worth thousands, or at the very least, a story worth telling. And remember, the next coin you find could be the one that changes everything. Stay curious, stay exploring. See you in the next hunt.